This is Oscar Bevis for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on DAZN. Sami, pleasure to meet you for the first time, my friend. Do you know what we're going to open the interview up with?
Go on.
Let's see if he answers.
Oh.
Mr. Charlie Parsons.
Parsons, mate. It's me, Sammy.
Oh, hello, Sean. How are we?
Alright, Sean, you're an made me and my dad go around the building, yeah, wait for you. Wait for the most famous interviewer there's ever been. And now you've cancelled on me, yeah? Is that how it is? Seriously.
I'm pulling into Wembley Parsons and speak, Sean.
Listen, brother, it's too late. I've met your boy and he's miles better than you anyway, yeah? We're on the camera now, alright? So
This is live on the Stomping Ground.
This is live on the Stomping Ground. I'll see you in a minute, alright, my G? Love you, bye.
Oh, depending on how quick he is, he might just walk into the back shot of this.
It's cheeky though, isn't he?
It
For
is
telling me
cheeky.
yo, and then he's making me walk around the building like he's gonna be here, and now he's too much of a superstar to be here and
Running errands, but
running
he's
errands.
probably just eating or something, or taking a girl out on a date or something. I don't know. Whatever Parsons does nowadays. Misfits.
Yeah, man.
This is exciting. It was only 3-4 days ago you announced your Misfits signing.
Yep.
Fight poster a few hours ago too. Just a really, really exciting prospect.
Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate that. It's not really like a normal Misfits signing, is it? So, I'm very excited, brother. Everyone's a little bit shocked because I think everyone thought I was sort of going to go down a pro route. But do you know what? Allah's the best of planners, and this is what he had for me.
Why this route then?
All right, the God's honest truth is, I said it in my interview before, I had a professional contract, but I didn't want to get tied down for too long. The truth is with me, I feel like, especially with Misfits, it could blow straight up. And to be honest, I like the big entrances. I like how they put on big shows. It all suits me a little bit more than the professional route already did.
Yeah. Because there might be people who will look at you, and obviously you're around boxing royalty all the time in your father. You've been around boxing royalty your whole life. And they might go, well, why is this the route for you? Can you understand why there will be people taking that view?
1,000,000%. At the start, even I was saying to myself, are you sure this is the route you want to do? But I'm so happy I did it. I'm standing on business, and I can't wait to put a performance on August 31st in Dublin.
It's a massive card as well, headlined by, of course, Mr. Misfits himself, KSI.
Yeah.
I mentioned the fact you were around boxing royalty all the time. This is something I was thinking about earlier. If you go through your Instagram, there's pictures of you as a kid with everyone and anyone, even now, everyone and anyone. Evander Holyfield, just an example of one of many.
Yeah.
Does it ever, I'm not going to say get boring, but does it ever not feel like you're around boxing royalty because you've been around them so much?
Yeah.
For most people, meeting them would be like one of the best moments of their life, but you're consistently around such greatness.
To be honest with you, yeah, the stardust, it never shakes off. When you meet these big people that you sit in your apartment and you watch them for hours on your own, especially as a fighter, you're big fans of these people. And even though, alhamdulillah, I have been with the likes of Muhammad Ali when I was younger, Mike Tyson even last year, Evander Holyfield, it's always the same. I'm completely starstruck. Even though I walk down the stairs every morning and see a legend in my kitchen, it's still big. It's still big when I get to meet these big fighters. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Most people, well, only very few, you and your brother will, but most people can't imagine walking down the stairs to see Naz eating breakfast or doing whatever. What's he like around the house?
Bro, do you know what? It's a good job I ended up doing the boxing because I got to a bit of a stage in my life where I was 21. I was working in loads of different jobs. I was working in retail for about 2 to 3 years. Me and my boy, he was doing driveways. And it got to a point where I'd put on a load of weight. I wasn't happy with how I looked. And my dad would come down the stairs and he'd pat me on the back and say, yeah. Do you know when I was your age, I was a world champion. And honestly, it used to absolutely burn me. So, alhamdulillah, now I thank God that I can put a smile on his face and just make him proud in something that I know he actually respects. Do you get what I'm saying? Even if it is for a year or against whoever, it's still something that he can get stuck into with me.
Everyone wants to do better than their father, and everyone's father wants their sons to do better.
Yeah.
But it's a hard one for you and Adam, isn't it?
No one's ever going to do what my dad did. Not me, not Adam, no one. But my dad is such a beautiful person. He gets on his hands and knees and he prays to God that we will be better than him. And if I just have as much talent that he does in his little finger, then I should do all right on here, all right?
Then you should clean up.
I should clean up, innit?
Have you got a long-term plan? Like, are you someone sitting there who is going, in X amount of years, I would love to land the Jake Paul fight.
Yeah.
In X amount of years, I would love to headline in New York. Have you got a long-term plan, or is it just, let's see now, roll the punches, kind of take things as they come?
Bro, it's a catch-22. If I do this 1 year in Misfits and I really enjoy it and I can see huge fights on the horizon, like you just said, these fights can change your life, then 1,000,000%. And to be honest, I don't think it's X amount of years. If I do all right in my first year, best believe I'll be calling some of these big names out. But to be honest, I always, when I was a kid, I fancied myself on the big screen in acting, in movies, and going into all that. So I think boxing goes hand in hand with everything because it's a beautiful lifestyle and you can always, it's hard to keep on top of, but it's good to stay on track with. And I believe I could box and act and do anything I wanted to. So we'll just see how my first year in Misfits goes, and it all depends how it takes off.
Mate, one thing I know is it's going to be exciting. For people who aren't too familiar with you,
Yeah.
what you've just mentioned, being able to box and potentially act at the same time,
Yeah.
it takes a certain type of confidence.
Yeah.
Is that something you've always had from day dot?
1,000,000%.
Even if you don't know you, just from watching this interview, you can tell you're confident.
I appreciate that,
So,
brother.
is that something?
Well, listen, you must be pretty confident sitting behind the camera. And
There's a
and
reason
talking.
I'm this side.
nah, but still, you've got to ask the questions, and it's still nerve-wracking. Bro, to tell you the truth, obviously I had like a superhero as a dad, and he had supreme confidence, and I carry that same confidence, thank God. Obviously, everyone feels these little nerves. I've got big boots to fill and all this crack that everyone keeps saying, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to be as good as I can be. And I just want to make my mum and dad proud, innit? I want them to look at me and smile and think, yeah, he does his thing, innit?
Yeah. Well, I suppose that should be everyone's end goal. If your mum and dad are proud.
That's it. If your mum and
Then
dad
there
are
you
happy
go.
with you, then that's it.
Yeah. Jesse Clark, what can you tell us about him for those who aren't too familiar?
My bro, I don't know how much boxing he's done. I've never boxed. I was trying to keep it on a humble thing. He's come on Insta last night talking all the smoke, calling
Has he?
me. He's put
I
on
didn't see this.
Yeah. He's
I did
put
not
on
see
his
this.
Insta, Daddy's little rich boy is going to get a shock and all of this crack. And do you know what? I know I can fight and I know I can dig, but I didn't know what this kid was like. And it's never like I was going to take it easy on him. But now I cannot wait to get my hands on him. And I want to do him some serious harm, you stiff idiot, like T. Fury said.
No better man to quote than the Gypsy King himself.
I love him.
This world is obviously about entertaining.
Yeah.
You want to go in there and you want to win, but have you got to go in the ring with the mentality that almost you have to try to knock someone out, you have to try to impress, because this ain't professional boxing where you can kind of just get by winning and something will land. If you don't really impress,
I know.
Misfits will happily go, there's the door, see you
There's
later.
the door.
So if you've got to go in with the intention to impress, to punch hard, and to make people go, did you see Sammy the other night? Wow.
Yeah. Thank God, that's all on my CV anyway. I can punch hard, I'm a dog, I like to fight, so that's all covered. But it's a catch-22. You know, if I'd have turned pro, I probably would have had a year of fighting geezers that not even coming to fight, that no one knows who they are, and they'd probably freeze up in a stadium. But believe it or not, Misfits, you might end up having harder fights at the start of your career. But, bro, exactly like what you just said, I'm coming to knock man out, and I'm coming to showcase my performance and my skills and let everyone know what I'm about.
Yeah, it is true what you say. I always ask prospects this when they're in the 6-0, 7-0 stage, and you're fighting someone who's tucking up, not giving you any room to really do anything. Bit demotivating at times, I can imagine.
Yeah.
'Cause I guess you want to fight someone who's going to look at you in the eye and go, I'm going to knock you out.
Come to
and then
fight.
you look back at him,
Yeah.
and then there's your spectacle.
The best thing, the way you get a good knockout is if your man comes to fight. If Jesse Clark comes
Leaves
to
a chin
fight,
in the air.
Yeah. If he comes to fight, that'll make my night. Because best believe me, I want to tear up. Yeah.
Love it. And I bet Misfits will be happy hearing words like that. In terms of the scene and the likes of KSI and people like that, are they people you're too familiar with, people you've met? guys you
yeah.
used to watch back in the day? Like, are you familiar with kind of the influencer
Bro.
scene in the YouTube side?
Yeah. I've met all of them. I've actually got a YouTube channel, Team Naseem.
Yeah, I've seen some
Yeah,
good
yeah.
stuff on there.
Everyone go and subscribe to Team Naseem. I'm going to be dropping more videos, fight week and the actual fight. But now I'm up to date with all the fighters. Tommy Fury, KSI, and Jake Paul. I've followed all their boxing careers, to be honest. I've watched every one of their fights, and I like what they're doing a lot. And to be honest, even though all of them, they're a lot bigger than me, I could still see myself in the ring with them.
Yeah. I feel like I want to use Jake Paul as an example.
Yeah.
A lot of unfair criticism can be thrown about because I look at someone like Jake Paul who has not been brought up in a boxing gym, decided really to take boxing completely seriously only a few years ago, and look what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's a world where there's quite a lot of critics, but it is a difficult world. This, right? Like, influencer boxing is not an easy place to be.
Not now, because everyone who can have a fight is on here.
Everyone's training like they're
everyone's
professionals.
training like they're
I think
professionals.
of Danny Aaron's. He was like, I'm in the gym 3 times a day.
Yeah.
He was a FIFA streamer last year.
Yeah.
So-
Big up Danny Aaron's, man. I'm sure he's working hard in the gym, but it's like you just said, bro. Big up Jake Paul, man, because fuck all the haters anyway. Whatever they want to say about him, they can say about him. He's earning millions and he's doing what he loves. And to be honest, I think he can fight, innit? I think he can have a little go, and he's good at what he does. He sells tickets, and I think he's not afraid of fighting big people who can have a go as well. So fair play to all of them.
Yeah. Do you know what? It is a scene, like I said, that gets a lot of criticism, but it's a scene that I think is there for many to enjoy. Mate, it's been a real pleasure just having a nice kind of off-the-cuff
you
random
too.
chat.
My brother.
Can I leave you with, or can I leave this with you, perhaps giving a message to, I say everyone, people who won't be too aware of yourself, some of your biggest fans as well, and just kind of a message as to why this is going to be an exciting year in Misfits.
This is going to be a huge year for me. I feel like this is finally the time that the world get to see what I'm about, and I'm hoping to put a lot of smiles on a lot of faces and knock a lot of people out, inshallah.